G'day guys, it's Jessie here, joining you for the global Stampin video hop. And this month we are playing around with all occasions type cards. So I have chosen to use the Hydrangea suite, which is absolutely beautiful, and I've got a really cute little bouquet card to show you. So let me flip you around and we'll get started. And make sure that you follow the links down below and hop all the way through this video hop through YouTube and subscribe to all of your favourite demonstrators. Okay, so this is the card here that we're making. There's a fair bit of dimension in this card, lots of texture, and I'm really glad it worked out how I had it in my head. So let's get cracking. What you'll need is this sheet of paper from the Designer Series paper, the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. This paper is absolutely stunning. You will also need, these are all my leftover bits now. This is the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper, and I decided to use this because it has this lovely gradient green to it, and so these are the bits here for the card. Now I've gone ahead and already cut most of this, so I've cut the hydrangeas from this hydrangea paper, and you're going to want to go ahead and fold all your little petals so that you get a little bit of extra texture in your card. Pop some of them up. And this is a little bit fiddly. You don't need to get every single one, but if you can pop, a fair few of them up, then your bouquet is really going to come to life. Okay, that'll do. And then I have also used, so these dies are all from the Hydrangea Hill bundle. So there is the hydrangea flowers, this leaf, and then this one actually goes around both of them. But what I've done is I've just cut the backing piece on a slightly darker piece, so that you get that sort of vein effect shows. And this one I did it the opposite. I used a lighter colour for the backing piece and a darker colour for the outline. And then I've also used this little stitched sentiment, so that's quite cute with the little stitched edge on it. So I've gone ahead and cut those. I have also used, now this is actually from the Butterfly Brilliance, I think it was called. The early release from the new annual catalogue. This was the Natural Touch, I think it was called, Designer Series paper. Now this is actually sold out now, but there are some very, very similar papers in the Good Taste. So if you like this kind of natural wood and all of those really sort of subtle backgrounds, then grab yourself a pack of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So I have cut this at 14.1 by 9.7 centimeters. I've also got a piece of Whisper White cut at 14.1 by 9.7 centimeters. I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight cut at 14.3 by 9.9 centimeters. And then my cardstock base is an A4 sheet cut in half at 14.85 and scored at 10.5. And then I also have a piece of the Mercury paper that comes in this suite. And we are going to use this to make our little wrap for our bouquet. Alright, and this does also have clear on the silver side. There is a little layer, so make sure that you take that off. And I did find it much easier to get this off after I'd cut it. Alright, so let's start. I'm going to try not to be too messy. I should have put the adhesive sheet on the back of this before I die cut it, but that's alright, that'll do. Adds texture when it comes away a little bit anyway. Okay, lovely. And I'm going to use this little bit here to help place my flowers. And you will note, if you turn it around, you'll find the edge that matches. Okay, that's our first bit done. Now we want to score this bit. So I've done this one at, I put it on the 1.5 score line. So the top of the square on the 1.5 inches and the bottom of the square in the groove, and scored that. And then I've done the same thing on this side. So pop this one over, and I have actually just gone a little bit further so that I get that little actual fold over at the top, so it's a little bit lopsided. Now you will take just a tad of your colour off the purple when you do this, but it doesn't matter because it's right on the edge. There we go. Alrighty. And I found with this, glue dots were the easiest way to go. So I'm going to pop a glue dot on each of those two leaves. I will pop one on here as well, but I'm actually going to snip that leaf off and move it because it gets hidden in the bouquet, in the wrap, so I'm just going to move it up a little bit higher. And then dearie me. Pop a couple of little glue dots on the flower as well. Okay, so snip that bit off, and we're just going to tuck this guy in with the leaves up. And then do that extra little leaf just behind there. And then we're going to use a couple more glue dots. One inside. And one just inside that fold to hold that paper, that little wrap closed. Okay, so that is our main flower part done. Now we're going to use a little bit of tear and tape. You can also use snail or what's the new one called? I can never remember. Stamping seal. Okay. Now, before I glue that down, I'm going to stick my natural wood piece onto my Misty Moonlight mat. Okay, and then I've got my gorgeous grape sheer ribbon, and I'm just going to lay a piece across on a little bit of an angle there, and then I'm going to stick this guy down over the top. So make sure that you've given yourself plenty of extra to play with, because we're going to tie a bow here. And once it's all stuck down, you don't get any extra ribbon. Tie a little bow. There we go. It's very cute. Alrighty, and then I've got some, let's stamp this first. Let's do our little sentiment here. I appreciate all the little things you do. And I'm going to stick a couple of dimensionals on the back there. Alrighty, now we can stick some of these cute little beads, pearls on. There we go. Alrighty, now lots of dimensionals. And there's always one side that's a little bit longer than the other. So I like to put the long side on the front. There we go. How pretty is that? Alright, and then lastly we just need to do our little sentiment on the inside. So for this one, I'm doing the world is better because of you, which I think is a really sweet sentiment. And then I've got some little hydrangeas there. And I'm going to grab, I think this one. I like to try and use these little edge bits, especially when they're so pretty. And you don't have to cut it too perfect because it's going on a white layer. And then we just need to glue that in and we are done. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick tutorial for, well, I'm biased I guess, but I think it's a really pretty little card. And I hope that I've inspired you to use this beautiful set. This card is actually one of my 6 projects included in my Hydrangea bundle, my Hydrangea online class. So if you've got the stamp set or the bundle, you can purchase my class and you'll have 6 beautiful projects to make with it. And if you haven't purchased the bundle or the suite yet, if you purchase that through my shop, you'll get my online class for free. So let me know if you've got any questions whatsoever. This is Jessie Holton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for Australia, signing off. Please remember to hop around the rest of the crew, and I hope that you enjoy all of the beautiful projects that they've got waiting for you. Have a great day.